The three cluster of cups here are a little bit worrisome, mainly because they deal with regret situation. They deal with falling out between, friends, groups, associations, partnerships in love, in business, even family relationships. And I feel that a lot of you might be dealing with a family situation as well because we have the Six of Cups in the reverse position. The Six of Cups does indicate somebody that you've had, extensive dealing with, and they did disappoint you, and as a result, the situation itself is irreconcilable. So it is a bit worrisome with this, cluster, three cards dealing with cups all in the reverse position, and as well corroborated with this theme where there is a change, a structural change within the family. We do have the Ten of Pentacles also in the reverse position, so it does indicate to me that there might be people moving in or out of your household. There might be relocation as well with the Chariot, which is indicative of travel, finding a new place to call home, or traveling back to a prior situation, a prior place that you did call home. Okay, so there are definitely people moving in and out of the home environment. It could be you, it could be other people in your family, in your midst. You could also find a subletting situation. So there are definitely a lot of transitions happening for this month. But either way, I do feel if you decide to take a trip, if it is a trip that you yourself have planned or have brought to fruition, if it's not a trip regarding going back to traveling to see like a loved one, a family relationship, then that's fine. If you are planning to take a trip to see like a lover, to see like a romantic interest, I would advise you to really carefully try to squeeze it in the first 2 weeks rather than the last 2 weeks, because relationship problems can be a little bit problematic the last 2 weeks of the month. If you are planning a trip and it has to be done within the last 2 weeks, we do have the Mercury in retrograde continuing until June 11th, I believe. So if you absolutely have to do it within the last 2 weeks, I would advise you to have a clear itinerary and try to finalize everything, within the first week of this month, as well as keeping in touch with whoever it is that you are traveling with or who you are traveling to see, because I do feel that surprises might be coming, or information might come to light that would cause delays, that could cause potential problems within this situation. If it's a family situation, I do feel there are definitely a lot of people coming and going, and a lot of structural changes, and a lot of like major shifts within relationships, within in general within relations. So try to finalize your destination, try to finalize your itinerary, and try to make sure that people are where they're supposed to be, so that you can avert the chaos in the ensuing last 2 weeks. Okay, so the trip itself looks very good, but at the same time, it is surrounded by 3 reverse cards. So if we were to take a look at the situation like this, okay, it does indicate to me success, and it does indicate the Chariot. It does indicate success. It does indicate like travel as well, or plans, or even like purchasing new vehicles, purchasing a new mode of transportation. It could be mundane in that sense, but what I do see is as a major arcana card, it does indicate like an overarching theme, which is success, which is taking charge of your life, and this energy itself is very potent for implementing positive changes in your life. It's also indicative of you finally like stepping into the spotlight and demanding of your partner, of the people around you, of your work situation, of the people in your family, even not going with the flow anymore. So you're basically being proactive about taking control of your life, which is a very powerful energy. And I feel that even in the last few months, like especially for February and April, things have been a little topsy-turvy, where you're kind of pulled along with the tide, and you feel that your free will, your human agency is kind of lacking. So this is a month in which you can restore that part of you, and to take you have the ability to take charge of your life and to implement new plans and new projects, and to forge ahead with relationships that are more conducive to your growth, okay? The only thing I want you to be aware of is this energy itself is an ongoing process, okay? So stepping up and demanding what it is that you want from other people is like the initial step, I guess. But in maintaining it, in reasserting yourself through all your relationships, all the situations you have to contend with in life, it is an ongoing process. So it's not going to stop through this month, okay? So you have to implement this throughout the month, and you have to protect your boundaries and protect what it is that you hold dear to you throughout the rest of this month. And what I'm seeing in this situation is that you're going against the grain, you're going against the tide, and you are going to face quite a bit of opposition from other people. However, it's, I guess, hardship does build character, okay? So it's important for you to, regardless of who you encounter, regardless of all the obstacles, you are on the right track. And sometimes you have to overcome these obstacles in order for you to figure out what it is that is important to you, what it is you're willing or not willing to compromise on, okay? So these obstacles are there to help you hone in on and refine your goals and refine what it is that is important in your life, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you. But I do feel this is a situation mainly for all, male and female Taurian. But I do feel for women in particular, it is going to be a bit difficult because you are operating from a place of lack of information. So for you, those of you who are thinking about a massive overhaul in your life, like relocation, leaving behind old relationships, you are operating from a place of lack. It could be lack in resources, but I'm feeling with the sword energy, it is a lack in information. So you might be dependent upon other people. Somehow your plans are kind of meshed in with theirs. So you're waiting on resolution. You're waiting on contact, communication even. And I do feel that favorable communication will come in the end of this month. We do have the Page of the Page of Wands, and it does indicate to me that it is good news regarding travel, especially. It's regarding projects as well. But at the same time, you should be careful about implementing new things at the end of this month because of Mercury in retrograde. Okay, so just be very careful with the energy. But overall, I do feel that your plans are contingent upon other people. So it's a matter of waiting for all the other people, waiting for them to get all their ducks in a row or get all the pieces to fall into place before you can move forward. So for women, it might be a little more troublesome. For men, what I do feel is that you have your mind made up, okay? You have your mind made up about what it is that you want to do. And the people around you, if you're dealing with another woman, if your situation is somehow, tied in with the life course of another woman, I feel that she might be a little indecisive about what she wants to do. So you're at a major crossroad because you have to decide if you want to carry the weight with you or if you want to leave it all behind. I do feel that a lot of you are not are pretty certain about what you want to do. So you're not very tolerant of indecisiveness from other people, especially in love relationships or in a work project, okay? So you're not as tolerant about it, and if anything, you tend to be for this month at least, you are going to step up and basically decide what you want to do without the other person. So I do feel that situation coming in, and I would advise you to so for men in general, if you're in this situation, I would advise you to be very clear with the other person that you're dealing with. If they're operating from a place of indecisiveness, I feel that it has been an ongoing process, okay? So make sure that you tell them. Give them a certain time frame in which they need to make up their mind before you choose to like proceed without them, because I do feel that there are a lot of anxieties, there are hesitancies from their end for a reason, because they're in a place of lack. Okay, lack of information, lack of resources, lack of access to the outside world. So it's an anxiety-inducing energy, and you want to give the people the benefit of the doubt. So make sure you get your point across. Okay. So aside from that energy, what I do sense too is within the past, a lot of you had to contend with situations in which you put a lot of energy, a lot of emotions, a lot of stock, and it didn't come to fruition. Okay, I do have the sun in the reverse position. It could also indicate like recovering from like divorces, illnesses, and things like that as well. It's something that it's something that is supposed to give you like a great deal of emotional, financial, even support, or even like a lot of success. It didn't pan out the way you had anticipated. So as a result, this is a month in which, like I mentioned, there are going to be vital transformation, and it is important that you yourself decide what it is that you want to do. Decide for yourself how you want to forge ahead, because I don't feel partnerships or people around you are going to give you adequate advice to make you happy in the long run. So make sure that you try to take the first 2 weeks and make up your mind then. And then really try to implement it, okay? So don't hold back, and don't let others sway you, because that's not going to be conducive for your own growth. You have to make decisions independent of other people, all right? And other people, frankly, will be a little bit problematic this month. For those of you who are in a relationship with a fire sign, I do feel the fire sign is going to give you a lot of support, and the fire sign being the Aries, the Leos, and the Sagittarius. The fire sign is going to be a huge source, or a huge like wellspring of support for you this month. I would say this person has very, very good intentions, okay? So for those who are thinking about, leaving the past behind and forging a new path in your life with this fire sign, I do see that the outcome is up to you, but this fire sign is very devoted and extremely honest. So I want you to take that into account when you approach this person, because they are going to require a little more action on your part, okay? So there's this very childlike, this very innocent and very trusting energy. So if this is the person that you've decided you want to forge ahead with, don't let them down, because if you do, it's not going to be repairable, okay? So just be very careful about that. So let me see if there's anything else I've left out. And I want to just emphasize that, like coming in very early on is the Five of Cups, which does indicate to me sorrow and regret. So I feel that this is a situation that has been ongoing. It could have started like in February. And I feel that a lot of, since it is more relationship and family focus as well, I do feel that there might have been truths revealed about people, okay? Truths revealed about certain people in your life. It could also, in this spread, what I'm sensing is it could also be about you. Mainly because the Chariot is I'm using this as you, but it is a card of a different sign. So I'm sensing here that new information came to light, and I feel that it is mainly for the men, male Taurus. There is information that is that came to light, and they were not good news. Okay, so as a result, it caused a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of regret and sorrow. And I do feel that the situation itself cannot be repaired. So it is important for you to, I guess, like come to terms with this. This is a month in which you're going to need to basically come to terms with this, because as soon as you do that, everything else will fall into place, okay? What I'm getting here is all the pieces, all the expenditures, all the pieces, all the, I guess all the Everything is falling into place. So there is a time and a place for everything else, and it's contingent upon you coming to terms with the fact that this situation cannot be fixed. If you were to go back and fix it, I do feel that you have to do it like all or nothing. So if you have lingering attachments to other people outside of this situation and you were to go back and fix the situation, you're not going to be 100% invested, okay? So if you want to fix the situation, make sure you are in it 100%. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. So it's important to figure out where you want to direct your energy for this month. And I feel that if for those of you who are forging ahead with new things, you're on the right track. So don't doubt yourself. Don't backtrack to a prior situation. Have faith that things will fall into place. And especially within family situation, we have a lot of deep-rooted history and, just a lot of contact with people who are in our family environment. So because of it, it can also create a lot of friction, and it's very deep-rooted. So resolving family situations are going to take a long time, okay? So I just want you to be aware that things will resolve on their own. There is a time and a place for everything. So just let that go for now and focus on the things that are within your control, such as, leaving the old jobs, old partnerships, old ways of, I guess, like making money even for some of you. Leave those things behind and forge ahead with the new, but you have to be completely committed. You can't have one foot out the door or one foot in the past and then one foot in the future hoping for a good outcome. Life doesn't work that way, okay? So choose to direct and focus your energy on new things if that's what you're leaning towards, or choose to focus on the old things, but you have to do it wholeheartedly, completely, and with 100% focus of your energy in order to get anything to move the way that you want, okay? So just keep that in mind for the rest of this month. I do feel in general, that what I'm seeing is you have such a good card, and it's such a good placement here, and this is the Chariot. So I do feel a lot of success for you guys. Finances for this month will be a little bit problematic though, but I do feel that these are basically expenditures that have been somehow swept under the rug. So there are quite a few expenditures that you have to take care of, okay? And this situation itself is going to continue through this month, and the sooner you take care of it and the sooner you just commit yourself to it. I feel like normally, Taurus, you don't have a problem with commitment, but I do feel that these expenditures are piling up, so it's important for you to take care of them. Because in the process of finalizing everything, you're going to have peace of mind, okay? So don't delay on it any longer. And at the same time, if there are lingering attachments with people from the past, just be very careful and really let people know where they stand with you. It's not fair for you to lead them on if you are in that situation. If you're dealing with okay, so I do have to, if you're dealing with, a lot of you, if you're dealing with a Leo, the Sun is the card of Leo here. So if you're dealing with a Leo and you are being, led on, or you are leading the other person on, I feel that if you don't try to resolve it, situations will force you into resolving this conflict with the other person, okay? So it's important to be fair. It's important to be honest with the other person, and overall, try your best to put yourself in the other person's shoes and really figure out what it is that they want from you and what it is that you're willing to give them, okay? Or what it is that you want from them and realistically what it is they're giving you. If there are mismatch in how much if there are mismatches, in how much one partner gives and the other one takes, that's not the right relationship for you. So moving forward, you want more balance in all your interactions. You want more fairness. You want more, even financial success, okay? So moving forward, keep in mind those are the things that are going to be conducive for your growth and for your happiness. So relationships or even situations that are mired in like imbalances are going to be inherent this month, and they can't be swept under the rug anymore. It's important for you to shine light on, like shed light on them, and let them go once and for all, because you're going to be in a much better place. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I've left out. So if you're dealing with a fire sign, like I'm sensing like an Aries or a Sagittarius, they will be there to support you. If you're dealing with like a Leo, I feel that the Leo is there to support you. However, if it's like a Leo from your past, just be aware of what they really want from you, because I feel that there are like misalignments and miscommunications between you and the other person, and in general your value system, the things you want out of life, might not be you might not be on the same page about a lot of things, and all those differences are coming to light. So it's it's also important for you to figure out how much you're willing to compromise in that regards, and how much the other person is going to compromise for you. Okay. Aside from that, I do feel that, just try to take it easy this month. I know a lot of things need to be dealt with, and, they need to be dealt with in a timely manner as well, but I don't feel time management is going to be like a problem for you. I just want you to be like totally decisive on this, to figure out what it is that you want to move forward with, and what it is that you can once and for all leave behind for good. Because as soon as I feel that making a decision, is going to be like the major issue. So once you make up your mind, moving forward is not going to be a problem at all. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful month, and try to keep things into perspective, and really figure out what it is that you want to move forward with, and how you can completely sever ties from the past. Okay, because the future looks very bright, very promising, and you are going to be with people who care about you.